The crystalline throne room of the Zarathian flagship gleamed under bioluminescent panels, casting an ethereal glow across the assembled dignitaries. Queen Velshera, supreme ruler of the Zarathian Empire, sat upon her elevated seat with the grace of 10,000 years of genetic perfection. Her obsidian scales shimmered like liquid midnight, and her four eyes, each a different shade of violet, surveyed the room with calculated indifference. The humans had finally answered the summons. Ana Martinez stepped through the airlock first, her diplomatic uniform crisp despite the 3-month journey through the Andromeda corridor. Behind her, Alexander Chun carried the ceremonial gift box, his military background evident in his measured stride. They were humanity's last hope for peace, or so Earth's Coalition Council had proclaimed before sending them into the void. Approach. Velshera's voice resonated through the chamber, translated instantly by neural implants. The assembled Zarathian nobles, each a lesser queen in their own right, watched with predatory interest. Humans were curiosities. Weak, short-lived. Their empire barely 3 solar systems wide, while the Zarathians commanded 12 galaxies. Anna walked forward, her brown eyes meeting all 4 of Velshera's without flinching. Alexander noticed the slight tension in the alien nobles' postures. Humans weren't supposed to make direct eye contact with royalty. It was written in every first contact protocol the Zarathians had provided, but Anna had read those protocols and decided they were suggestions, not commands. Your Majesty, Anna began, her voice steady. We come bearing gifts and goodwill from the people of Earth and her colonies. Velshera's mandibles clicked, an expression the cultural database had labeled as amusement mixed with contempt. Gifts? How quaint. What could a species that has barely mastered fusion power offer an empire that bends space-time itself? Alexander stepped forward, opening the ornate box. Inside lay a simple item that made several Zarathian nobles recoil. A hand-carved wooden sculpture of a family, 2 adults and 3 children, holding hands in a circle. We offer perspective, Your Majesty, Alexander said quietly. The queen's scales rippled with colors that suggested confusion. Wood? You bring us dead plant matter. We bring you something that took one human artist 3 years to create, Anna explained. Every curve, every detail carved by hand. No machines, no genetic optimization. Just one person, with simple tools, creating something beautiful because they chose to. Inefficient, Velshera declared. My fabricators could produce 1,000,000 such trinkets in seconds, each molecularly perfect. Yes, Anna agreed. But would any of them mean anything? The throne room fell silent. The question hung in the air like a forbidden thought. Velshera leaned forward, her massive form creating shadows that swallowed the 2 humans. You dare suggest that the Zarathian Empire lacks meaning? I suggest nothing, Your Majesty, Anna replied. I only observe. Your species has conquered death through genetic engineering. Your queens live forever, perfectly designed, never aging, never changing. You've eliminated disease, weakness, and variation. You are, by any measure, perfect. And yet, Velshera's tone carried a dangerous edge. Alexander spoke up, his voice carrying the weight of someone who had seen too much war. And yet you demanded this meeting. The mighty Zarathian Empire, rulers of 12 galaxies, demanded an audience with 3 solar systems worth of imperfect humans. Why? The queen's scales shifted through a spectrum of colors. Anger, curiosity, something that might have been vulnerability. You are an anomaly, a statistical impossibility. Your species should have destroyed itself centuries ago. War, disease, environmental collapse. Every model predicted your extinction. Yet here you stand. We're survivors, Anna said simply. We fail, we fall, we die, and we get back up. Not because we're programmed to, not because our genetics demand it, but because we choose to. Choice. Velshera repeated the word like it was foreign. An illusion of free will. Is it? Alexander challenged. When was the last time you did something that wasn't optimal? When did you last make a mistake? When did you last feel afraid? The queen rose from her throne, her 3-meter height dwarfing the humans. She descended the steps slowly, each footfall echoing through the chamber. The nobles watched in shock. A queen never left her throne for anyone. Velshera stopped mere inches from Anna, her 4 eyes studying the human woman with an intensity that made the air feel heavy. Why do you look at me differently, human? Anna didn't step back. What do you mean, Your Majesty? Every species we've encountered looks at us with fear or worship. But you, Velshera's voice carried genuine confusion. You look at me with pity. The word landed like a bomb in the throne room. Several nobles hissed in outrage, but the queen silenced them with a gesture. Anna took a slow breath. I don't pity you, Your Majesty. I feel sad for you. Explain. It wasn't a request. You've optimized everything, eliminated every flaw, every uncertainty, every risk. You've created a perfect empire that will last forever. Anna's eyes glistened slightly. But you've also eliminated every surprise, every unexpected joy, every triumph over impossible odds. You'll never know the satisfaction of achieving something you weren't designed to do. You'll never experience the pride of becoming more than what you were born to be. Alexander added softly, You've conquered death, Your Majesty, but in doing so, you've also conquered life. Velshera stood motionless for a long moment. Her scales cycled through colors no human had ever seen a Zarathian display. Finally, she reached out one elegant claw and gently touched the wooden sculpture, running a talon across the carved faces. This artist, she said quietly, they chose to spend 3 years creating this, knowing they would die someday, knowing their time was limited. Because their time was limited, Anna corrected. That's what made it precious. The queen withdrew her claw and looked at her own reflection in the polished floor. Eternal, unchanging, perfect. I have ruled for 10,000 years, she whispered, and I cannot remember the last time something surprised me. She turned to her assembled court. The humans are granted full diplomatic status. Treaty negotiations will begin tomorrow. She looked back at Anna and Alexander. And these two will be my personal guests. I wish to learn more about your inefficiency. As they were escorted to their quarters, Alexander leaned toward Anna. Did we just do the impossible? Anna smiled slightly, still holding the wooden sculpture the queen had reverently returned to them. We did something very human. We reminded someone what it means to be alive. Behind them, in the throne room, Queen Velshera sat alone on her crystalline throne, staring at her perfect, immortal hands. And for the first time in 1,000 years, she wondered what it would feel like to be anything other than what she was designed to be. The Zarathian Empire would never be the same, and neither would humanity's place in the galaxy.